Welcome back everyone to Heroes and Villains HQ. Today I have a Marvel Legends review for you today. We're going to take a look at Marvel's Nova, the man called Nova, Richard Rider. This is a really cool character, one I hope we see in the MCU soon. But before we jump into the review, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below to stay tuned for more Star Wars and Marvel content. But let's go ahead and jump into Nova. But before we jump into the video, I am going to be giving away the Star-Lord Marvel Legends figure at 500 subscribers. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel, and when we hit 500 subscribers, I'll release a giveaway video for you to comment on, and I'll pick a winner from there. But back to the video. Okay, before we crack open Richard Rider, also known as Nova, let's take a look at his box. Now, this is an older figure, so this sports some of the classic Marvel Legends packaging here. A really awesome logo down here, the man called Nova, and then in the background you can kind of see just that very cosmic art look. Now on both sides of the packaging you have the same art of Nova in flight mode there. You can pull it up so you can see his feet. And then on the top you have Nova's logo, which is his helmet. And then on the back you have the full look at the packaging, and now this cosmic art is also what is included in the backdrop of his character. So really pretty package as well. A lot of nice colors, and Nova looks great. So let's go ahead and crack him on open. All right, Nova is now out of the box, so let's take a look at what is included. First of all, he does include a pair of swappable hands. These are kind of flight mode hands for him to blast off with, and almost similar to Superman in that regard. So these are included, as well as this right here. It does have a display stand. Kind of looks like the Nova Corps helmet. It just plugs into the bottom. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what this is. So I'm going to look it up after this video, that's for sure. But if anybody wants to drop down in the comments if you know what this is, drop it down below and educate me. Nova is a new character to me, but he looks really cool, so let me know what this is. So other than that, now we just have the standard Nova figure, and pulling him a little bit closer here. Really basic overall in terms of articulation and paint and molding, but it still looks really great. So the main color palette here is like a navy blue, as well as this shiny gold color that's throughout his suit. You can see down on the boots here, which do swivel. As a pinstripe down his leg, he does have obviously the thigh swivels and then double jointed knees, although because of the size of the mold here, it doesn't get past this kind of 45-degree angle there. The torso does fully rotate 360 degrees and a very nice ab crunch. And then you do have the gold belt as well as the gold logo here, the Nova Corps logo. And then the arms are mostly gold with navy blue gauntlets. You have bicep breaks. You have the standard shoulders that go up about that high. Obviously no butterfly joints. This figure's from 2021. And then you have pinned double jointed arms, which again, not quite the full degree of articulation we see today, but still pretty good. And then the helmet is a nice shiny gold. He's got blue eyes. He's got the Nova Corps logo there on his head. And then you do have pretty good neck articulation. So like I said, a really basic overall figure. There isn't anything too special about him in terms of the overall look or articulation or coloring. However, they have not released very many Nova figures in the Marvel Legends line, and I do think that this one is far and away the best that they have released so far. I really do like this figure. I think it looks very nice. Obviously the ab crunch is a little loose, but that's okay. But really happy to have Nova in the collection here. Like I said, he's a newer character to me. I've always wanted to see him in the MCU, given the fact that he is from Xandar, and we see Xandar get decimated. Well, we don't see it happen, but we know Xandar is decimated by Thanos. So I'd like to see him introduced in Phase 6 or 7 and see him be that last surviving member of Xandar and become a hero for the cosmic universe and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So we'll have to wait and see if we get him in a special presentation or a TV show or something like that. But all in all, a really cool figure. So really happy with it. So what are my final thoughts on The Man Called Nova, this figure from 2021? Really basic. I mean, it's nothing crazy. The paint application is simple. It's just gold and navy blue with a little bit of red up at the helmet. I think the figure looks good for what it is, and the articulation is indicative of 2021 for sure. So I don't think it's anything crazy for the Nova fans out there who haven't picked one up. I think this would be a cheap aftermarket pickup. I got mine for 15 bucks. I'm sure you can get it around the same amount. For those who maybe aren't super excited about Nova, don't really know anything about the character, I'd say it's a pass without a doubt. Wait for the next Nova that I'm sure will come out within the next year or two. So for people who like Nova, cool figure. For those who don't, you know, it's just whatever. So, but I'm really glad I have it on my shelf, and it's pretty good for what it is. So thank you all so much for watching this Marvel Legends review of Nova. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below to stay tuned for more Star Wars and Marvel content on my channel. But I hope to catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.